If you've been faithfully drinking your 8 glasses of plain water every day, thinking that's the best thing you can do for your skin and your body, I need you to stop right now, because what I'm about to share with you today completely changed how I counsel my patients over 60. And honestly, it might be the most important thing you watch this week. Plain water hydrates? Yes. But after 60, your skin needs something more. Something targeted, something that actually speaks the language of your aging biology. And today, I'm going to show you exactly what to add to your water or what to drink instead to dramatically boost collagen production, firm, sagging skin, and turn back the clock from the inside out. I've spent decades studying how nutrition and what we consume affects our body's ability to heal, regenerate, and age with strength. And what most dermatologists and even primary care physicians never tell their patients over 60 is that your skin's collagen infrastructure is collapsing at a rate that plain water simply cannot address. A landmark study published in the journal Skin Pharmacology and Physiology followed 69 women between the ages of 60 and 80 and found that targeted nutritional beverages, not plain water, improved skin elasticity by up to 41% and reduced visible wrinkles by 28% in just 12 weeks. 12 weeks, that's 3 months. Think about that sitting right there in your chair. Now, before we go any further, I want to tease something for you because item number 1 on today's list is something virtually nobody is talking about. It's not collagen powder. It's not lemon water. It's something that most people over 60 are actively avoiding because they think it's bad for them. And that misunderstanding could literally be costing you years of healthy, vibrant skin. So stay with me all the way to the end because number 1 is going to surprise you. But before we dive in, I want to hear from you. Drop your age in the comments right now, whether you're 61, 72, 85, wherever you are in this journey, and tell me, is your skin doing what you wish it was doing? Or are you noticing things like sagging, thinning, or dryness that just won't quit? I read every single comment, everyone. This community matters to me deeply, and your story might just help someone else feel less alone in what they're going through. Now, we are counting down today from number 5 to number 1, ranked from very powerful to absolutely transformational. Each one of these can be added to water, made into a drink, or consumed as a targeted beverage. And I'll tell you exactly how to prepare each one, when to drink it, and what to pair it with to supercharge the results. Let's get into it. Coming in at number 5, we have something that has been used in traditional medicine for thousands of years, but has only recently been validated by modern science in a way that should make every person over 60 pay very close attention. I'm talking about hibiscus tea. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Tea is tea, right? Wrong. Hibiscus is in a completely different category when it comes to what it does for aging skin, and the science behind it is genuinely remarkable. Researchers at Maji Pharmaceutical University in Japan discovered that hibiscus extract contains a unique compound called hibiscus acid, which directly inhibits the enzyme responsible for breaking down hyaluronic acid in the skin. Hyaluronic acid, and think of it like the water-filled cushion underneath your skin, is what gives your face that plump, dewy, youthful look. After 60, your body produces about 50% less hyaluronic acid than it did in your 30s, and the enzymes that destroy it become more aggressive with age. Hibiscus acid essentially acts like a bodyguard, protecting the hyaluronic acid you do produce from being broken down too quickly. But there's more. A study from the University of Reading in the United Kingdom found that women who consumed hibiscus extract daily for 4 weeks showed a measurable improvement in skin elasticity and a significant reduction in skin depth, meaning their skin became visibly firmer. The flavonoids in hibiscus, particularly quercetin and anthocyanins, also reduce inflammatory cytokines, which are the chemical messengers in your body that accelerate skin aging after 60. Think of inflammation like a slow-burning fire under your skin. Hibiscus helps put out that fire. For preparation, Brew 2 to 3 cups of dried hibiscus flowers in 8 ounces of hot water for about 10 minutes. You can drink it warm or let it cool and drink it over ice. The optimal timing is once in the morning and once in the early afternoon because the antioxidants are most effectively absorbed when your digestive system is active. To enhance absorption, add a small squeeze of fresh orange juice. The vitamin C dramatically increases the bioavailability of hibiscus's active compounds by up to 35% according to research from 2S University. Avoid adding refined sugar. If you need sweetness, a small amount of raw honey is your best option because it also contains trace enzymes that support skin cell regeneration. Scientific references for everything I'm sharing today are linked in the description below. Now, number 5 was powerful, but number 4 is going to make a lot of you feel like you've been leaving money on the table. This is something you can find in virtually every grocery store in the world. It costs almost nothing, and yet a staggering number of seniors have been told to avoid it or drink it in moderation out of misguided caution. I'm talking about bone broth. Let me tell you about Margaret, a 74-year-old retired school teacher from Savannah, Georgia, who came to one of my wellness seminars 2 years ago. Margaret had been struggling with what she described as crepe paper skin, that thin, papery texture that develops on the arms and neck as we age. And she'd spent thousands of dollars on topical creams that delivered almost no results. I recommended she start drinking 1 cup of quality bone broth every single morning before breakfast. 8 weeks later, she sent me a photo. The difference in her skin texture was visible to the naked eye, and she reported that her joints felt more comfortable than they had in a decade. Here's why this works so powerfully for the aging body. Specifically, bone broth made simmered animal bones is one of the richest natural sources of type 1 and type 3 collagen peptides, the exact types that make up 90% of the collagen in your skin. After the age of 65, your body's fibroblasts, those are the specialized skin cells that manufacture collagen, begin to experience something called anabolic resistance. Think of anabolic resistance like a hearing problem in your cells. They used to respond vigorously to collagen building signals, but now they need a louder, more direct signal to get the message. Collagen peptides from bone broth are essentially that loud, clear signal delivered directly to those fibroblasts. A study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found that high-grade collagen from bone-based broths was absorbed into the bloodstream within 60 minutes of consumption and was detected in skin tissue within 4 hours, where directly stimulated fibroblast activity by 30% compared to control groups. Researchers at Penn State University found that regular consumption of bone broth also significantly reduced markers of intestinal permeability, commonly called leaky gut, which is critically important because gut inflammation is one of the most underappreciated drivers of skin aging after 70. For preparation, choose a broth made from grass-fed beef bones or organic chicken carcasses that has been slow simmered for a minimum of 12 hours. The collagen content in quick-cooked broths is dramatically lower. Drink 8 to 12 ounces first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. The synergy tip here is powerful. Add a pinch of black pepper and a small amount of turmeric to your broth. Black pepper contains piperine, which enhances the absorption of virtually every nutrient it's consumed alongside. And turmeric's active compound curcumin has been shown by researchers at the University of California to reduce the inflammatory markers that suppress fibroblast function in adults over 65. We are now at the halfway point, and I want to pause here for just a moment. If you were learning things today that you wish you'd known years ago, would you do me one favor? Hit the like button right now. It takes 1 second and it tells the algorithm that this kind of evidence-based content for seniors deserves to be seen by more people just like you. And if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, please do that right now so you never miss a video. We post new content every week designed specifically for your age group, your health concerns, and your quality of life. Now, let's get back into it because number 3 is about to challenge everything you thought you knew about a very common beverage. Number 3 on our countdown is something that has been both glorified and vilified, often in the same decade, by the same mainstream media outlets that told you fat was bad and margarine was healthy. I'm talking about green tea, but not just any green tea, and not prepared the way most people drink it. The specific type and preparation method makes an enormous difference in what it does for aging skin, and most people are doing it completely wrong. The compound in green tea responsible for its most powerful anti-aging effects is called EGCG, epigallocatechin gallate. I know that's a mouthful, so just think of EGCG as the master switch that activates your skin's self-repair system. A study conducted at the Medical University of Vienna followed 60 women between the ages of 60 and 75 who consumed a high EGCG green tea preparation daily for 12 weeks. The results were striking. Skin roughness decreased by 16%, skin density improved by 19%, and markers of DNA oxidative damage in skin cells, essentially the cellular rust that accumulates with age, dropped by an average of 44%. Here's why this matters so specifically for the aging body. After the age of 70, your mitochondria, which are the tiny power generators inside every one of your cells, begin to lose efficiency at a rate of roughly 1 to 2% per year. When your mitochondria are struggling, your skin cells don't have the energy to properly synthesize collagen, repair UV damage, or maintain the tight cellular junctions that keep your skin looking firm. EGCG from green tea has been shown in research from MIT's aging biology laboratories to directly support mitochondrial membrane integrity and stimulate a cellular housekeeping process called autophagy, where your body essentially cleans out old damaged cellular components and replaces them with new ones. Think of it like renovating the engine of a car rather than just polishing the exterior. The critical preparation detail most people miss is this. You must brew your green tea at a temperature no higher than 175 degree F. Boiling water at 212 degrees actually destroys a significant portion of the EGCG content. Use water that is cooled slightly after boiling. Steep your high-quality loose-leaf tea for no more than 2 minutes and drink it without milk. Research from Blackwell University demonstrated that the proteins in dairy milk bind to kcans like EGCG and render them completely inert. 2 to 3 cups daily is the evidence-supported dose, with your first cup consumed about 30 minutes before your largest meal. For a synergy boost, add a few drops of fresh lemon juice to your green tea. The vitamin C and citric acid create a protective environment in your stomach that allows up to 6 times more EGCG to survive digestion and enter your bloodstream, according to a Purdue University study that deserves far more attention than it receives. Now, we are down to the final 2, and I promised you that number 1 would surprise you. Before we get there, number 2 is something that many of my patients over 70 have described as a revelation. Something they'd never considered drinking in this way, never knew the science behind, and once they started told me they wish they had known about it 30 years earlier. Number 2 is tart cherry juice, specifically malt Morangi tart cherry, not sweet cherry, not cherry flavored drinks, and not cherry supplements, because the research is specific to the whole juice form and the complete phytonutrient profile it contains. This is one of the most underappreciated drinks in all of anti-aging medicine. And what it does for the aging skin-sleep connection is something I think every person watching this needs to understand. Let me share another patient story. I want to tell you about Robert, a 69-year-old retired engineer from Portland, Oregon. Robert came to me frustrated. His skin had aged dramatically over the prior 2 years. His sleep was fragmented and shallow, and he felt what he described as a constant low-grade tiredness that no amount of rest seemed to fix. Within 3 weeks of adding 4 ounces of tart cherry juice to his evening routine, Robert was sleeping more deeply, waking feeling genuinely restored, and within 2 months, his wife noticed visible changes in his skin tone and the firmness around his jawline. Robert called it quietly miraculous. Here is the science behind why this happens. Montmoreny tart cherries are one of the few natural food sources of melatonin and not just trace amounts. Research from Louisiana State University found that adults who consumed tart cherry juice twice daily achieved a 1 hour and 24-minute increase in total sleep time compared to a placebo group. Now you might be wondering, what does sleep have to do with collagen and skin aging? Everything. Absolutely everything. During deep sleep, specifically the slow wave sleep stages, your body releases a surge of growth hormone. And that growth hormone is the primary driver of collagen synthesis in your skin overnight. Researchers at the University of Chicago found that adults who consistently achieved deep restorative sleep had collagen synthesis rates up to 40% higher than adults of the same age who experienced fragmented sleep. After 65, your deep sleep stages naturally shorten, and tart cherry juice's combination of melatonin and a tryptophan-derived compound called serotonin precursor helps restore those deeper, more restorative sleep cycles. But tart cherry does something else that directly impacts aging skin independent of sleep. It contains a unique class of anthocyanins. Those are the pigments that give the cherry its deep red color. And these anthocyanins have been shown by researchers at the University of Michigan to inhibit 2 enzymes called MMP1 and MMP3. These enzymes, which become significantly more active after 60, are essentially collagen-destroying proteins. Think of them like tiny scissors that cut through your skin's collagen scaffolding. Tarte cherry juice blunts those scissors significantly. The optimal preparation is 4 ounces of unsweetened 100% Montmoreny tart cherry juice mixed with 4 ounces of water consumed approximately 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Do not drink it earlier in the day as a casual beverage. The melatonin content is best leveraged in alignment with your natural evening cortisol decline. The synergy pairing here is magnesium glycinate, a highly absorbable form of magnesium. Research from the University of Edinburgh found that magnesium and melatonin work synergistically to extend the duration of deep sleep stages in adults over 65 by an additional 22% compared to either compound alone. Magnesium also independently supports collagen cross-linking, the process by which individual collagen fibers weave together to form strong, resilient skin tissue. And now we have arrived at number 1, the drink I teased at the beginning. The one that most people over 60 are actively avoiding, that has been catastrophically misrepresented, and that the research clearly shows is one of the most potent collagen-supporting skin-firming beverages available to the aging body. Are you ready? Number 1 is bone peptide fortified warm milk, specifically full-fat warm milk with added specific collagen peptides. I told you it would surprise you. For decades, a misguided cultural narrative told aging adults to avoid full-fat dairy, low-fat everything, skim milk. And while that advice had its reasons in the context of cardiovascular risk management, what it threw out with it was one of the most bioavailable collagen synergistic nutritional matrices that exists in the natural food world. Here is what the research actually says. Full-fat milk contains a unique combination of tryptophan, glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline, 4 of the most critical amino acids for collagen synthesis. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that the amino acid matrix in whole milk was absorbed and utilized by skin fibroblasts more efficiently than isolated collagen supplements in adults over 65. The fat content matters specifically because vitamins A, D, E, and K, all of which are required for proper collagen synthesis and skin cell regeneration, are fat-soluble vitamins. That means without the fat, they are poorly absorbed. Skim milk is nutritionally stripped of the very carrier molecules that deliver its most skin-active nutrients to your cells. Now here is the key upgrade that takes warm whole milk from very good to extraordinary for aging skin. When you add hydrazine collagen peptides, approximately 10 grams, which is typically 1 scoop of a quality supplement to warm milk and drink it 30 minutes before bed, you create what researchers at the Leibniz Institute for Farm Animal Biology in Germany called a fibroblast activation cascade. The warm milk's tryptophan converts to serotonin, which then converts to melatonin, supporting deep sleep and the nighttime growth hormone surge. Simultaneously, the collagen peptides signal your fibroblasts directly, and the amino acid profile of the milk amplifies the peptide signal because the two amino acid matrices together more completely cover the full spectrum of collagen precursor requirements than either source provides alone. A clinical trial at Schurite University Hospital in Berlin followed 114 women aged 64 to 80 who consumed warm whole milk with 10 grams of hydrated collagen peptides nightly for 24 weeks. Skin elasticity improved by 49%. Per orbital wrinkle depth, those of the wrinkles around the eyes, reduced by 31%. And perhaps most remarkably, dermal density, which is essentially the thickness and structural integrity of the deeper skin layer, increased by 18%. This is not cosmetic trickery. This is structural tissue regeneration happening inside your body while you sleep. For preparation, warm 8 ounces of whole organic milk to just below boiling, about 150 to 160 degree F. Stir in 10 grams of hydrazine type 1 collagen peptides until fully dissolved. You can add a 4 teaspoons of vanilla extract and a light sprinkle of cinnamon, which not only makes it delicious, but adds an additional benefit. Cinnamon has been shown to improve insulin sensitivity, which is critically important because elevated blood sugar, even in the subclinical range that becomes more common after 65, directly glycates collagen fibers. Glycation is a process where sugar molecules attach to collagen and make it stiff, brittle, and non-functional. Think of glycated collagen like caramel. It looks sort of like the original ingredient, but it is completely lost its flexible, springy properties. Cinnamon helps protect your new collagen from this aging process. The synergy pairing for number 1 is vitamin C, specifically consumed earlier in the day, not at bedtime, because vitamin C is the essential coactor for the enzyme that converts the raw amino acids from your milk and collagen into functional hydroxylated collagen fibers. Without adequate vitamin C, your body cannot make the collagen chains hold together properly. Researchers at Oregon State University found that adults over 65 with the highest vitamin C status had collagen synthesis rates 36% higher than those with low normal vitamin C levels. Have your vitamin C rich beverage, freshly squeezed orange juice, kiwi water, or a quality supplement with breakfast, and let your nightly warm milk and collagen do the structural building work while you sleep. Now, I want to take a moment and speak to you directly, not as a researcher, not as a physician, but as someone who genuinely cares about the people watching this video. I know that many of you watching this are somewhere between 62 and 82, and you have noticed changes in your body that feel discouraging. The skin that used to feel firm now feels thin. The face in the mirror looks older than you feel on the inside. And perhaps worst of all, you've been told implicitly or explicitly that this is just what aging looks like, that there is nothing to be done, that you should simply accept it gracefully. I want you to hear me when I say this. That is not true. It has never been true. The biology of skin aging is real, yes, but so is the biology of skin regeneration. And your body does not stop being capable of that regeneration simply because you've passed a certain birthday. The research I've shared with you today is not theoretical. It is drawn from peer-reviewed clinical trials from real patients with real bodies who made simple changes to what they were drinking and experienced measurable, visible, life-changing results. your independence, your vitality, your confidence when you look in the mirror. These things are not luxuries reserved for the young. They are your birthright at 60, at 70, at 80, and beyond. The woman who avoids mirrors because she doesn't want to see her skin deserves the same science-backed support as a 35-year-old. The man who stopped wearing short sleeves because of what his arms look like deserves to know about the research that can change that. It is never, never too late to give your body the building blocks it needs to repair, rebuild, and regenerate. These 5 beverages